Namaskar. As a culmination of the entire Naad Brahma series, the rendition is an offering to the Guru. A Guru holds the hands of the disciple, leads the disciple forward towards enlightenment, towards knowledge, towards illumination, and towards a higher seeking or a higher learning as such. Okay, so now this was a reverential offering because having learned for over 10 years now, including this year 10 years, the amount of inspiration and then the jnana or dhyana or meditative silence and introspection that one gains through the many of the lyrical content. Of course, there are different genres, and some, of course, swear by the film songs as such. But the pure classical numbers have their own beauty and their own charm. And also, particularly age-wise, age stage-wise, if you look at it, I think this was the right age of mine to have stepped into this type of a classical music, serious, more profound, and more meaningful songs, which also give you a peace of mind, which give you a tranquility, which give you a serenity. So from the Vedas to the Upanishads and the glimpses of the vast epics that come about in the songs, it becomes like a prayer. And so you don't need much of ritualistic practices as you would have done earlier. But merely immersing yourself in the song itself is a deep prayer to be invoked, or you are, invoking to the Lord Himself, right? There's no doubt about it that the higher providence prevails, and on which form we see or what we are attracted to, it all depends on our substance, our genetic code, and our experiences that lead us towards a particular form of either worship or concentration, or simply reading and reflecting on and bringing in changes. So the whole purpose is to bring in a change within ourselves. And I think when we know that everything is not in our hands or in our control, we need not be in illusions. That's what Vedanta also talks about, that let's get out of the Maya, let's get out of the illusions, and you concentrate on your work. You don't need anyone else's support, as long as you're able to do your own good deeds, or your thoughts are good enough, and therefore that becomes that is the paradoxical truth. Okay, so in that sense, most of the songs that we have, even if they were woven in the form of a raga, and we decorated it with a lot of swaras and melodic structures, the words itself have given us a deep meaning, which brings in a change in ourselves. So we are convinced, okay, of certain things, and certain things that we cannot, they're not in our hands. That's the time we totally surrender and we say, now Lord, you are the one who is going to show us the way, but I will follow whatever has been taught to me. So in that sense, this entire series was a reverential offering to the Guru. And who is the Guru? Who's the first teacher? Is the mother, father, okay? Then comes even your in-laws, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, and then of course your own a marital woman will always attribute the progress to the husband as well. So, in this sense, if you look at it, the entire series, I thought I had support from my first, whose name I'm just wondering in that order. So, seniority wise, I had support of my father, Shri N. Mohan Rao Garu. I had support of my mother-in-law, Srimati P. Sarojini Murthy. I had support of my husband, Shri P. M. Murthy or Mohan Murthy Garu. And then, of course, the support from my guru, Pandit Srinivasa Joshi ji. So, without all these people, no journey would have been, accomplished. So, whenever an idea came across, I discussed with all these people, and I put it, whether it was a Guru Purnima celebration, whether it was, an in-house baitak, or it was, for the artists as such, how to promote that entire musical concept, which we are not aware of it at all. And most of us in our culture, I have seen, people are singing, but we are talking to ourselves, except when you go into an auditorium, you pay a ticket, and you're sitting there just reducing the volume of the Tanpura so that you can, 1 minute, sorry. Yeah. So what happens is, when we are in the midst of in the audience and in the auditorium, we have purchased tickets and we're sitting. That's the time I see pin drop silence, and there's much appreciation also to the artists. They're clapping, they are cheering, and there's almost sort of what do you call very spontaneous uplifting of the artist's ego also, because you are acknowledging their efforts, you're acknowledging their talent, you're acknowledging their skill. So in that sense, there's a lot of difference. But whenever we have, say, in-house baitaks, or we have just gathered and we think that we are going to, render some songs, and we invite people, always there will be this crosstalk, there will be disturbances, phones ringing or phones clicking. Somehow I just feel that, listening is a discipline, listening to be quiet and to savor what is given in front of you free of charge, yet we are not able to discipline. That means discipline comes with also mutual respect. So first is to understand that somebody has a talent, and the next is to accept that talent and to go with the flow of that talent, and on that occasion, or that 1 hour or 2 hours, to be silent and to be appreciative calls for a lot of inner discipline. And I'm sorry, we do not possess that. It's very disheartening. So, you can't just stretch anything beyond a particular point. So, in that sense, I thought it best. Which is the way do I offer my tribute to all the gurus, including parents and, in-laws, and because the family is the first support, right? So, and then how do I show my appreciation and also prove it not only to others but to myself that I did put in the effort and I did learn so much, and I have endeavored to make it into some sort of a mastery, to gain some mastery. Okay, so from that point of view, I had thought of this idea, and I coined it Naad Brahma, because the Nada comes from nothing else from the Brahmanda itself, and Brahma and Saraswati are the deities for musical talent, etc. So therefore, Naad Brahma has been an offering, paying obeisance to the Guru's teachings. Then music, just like Vedas and Upanishads, leads to self-realization. Okay, and through soul consciousness and an understanding the superficial self as against the inner deeper self. So then you understand what is all this superficial envelopes or covering we have done for ourselves. One by one those layers are absolutely you yourself reject, and then you only identify yourself with the inner being. This is possible with the help of musical renditions, musical listening, musical compositions, creation, creativity, etc. Now, the dichotomy is often removed by the guru, this outer caste and the inner caste. This dichotomy, who removes it? Who has been able to remove that shell so that you actually see the inner glow is the guru. Okay, so Gurumukhi, as they say. So through knowledge and illumination. So there will be number of questions in our practical day-to-day life. We do not have time to sit and decipher every word and every meaning of that poet or poetess. But after you have learned, there's enough time for you to explore the lyrics, to understand more in depth. And this is connected to the epics, this is connected to the Puranas, this is connected to the Gathas, this song is connected to the actual what has happened, the social discrimination, this is connected to the soul realization, etc. Okay, so this is not possible just by ourselves, but only through the Guru. Okay, so that knowledge then becomes the true wealth. We don't need anything, and of course the Panchabhutas also help us relating to the air, water, ether, the sound, the various the Panchabhutas as such. And out of that, sound is one medium. So this Naad reverberates then within the chakras as well. Okay, so leading to complete control of self. So from the Kundalini, if you look at it, see, one is that psychology will tell us the developmental process is from head to toe or cephalocaudal, okay, and from general to specific or the periphery, right? It moves in that extremities, from the center to the extremities. And all development takes place like that. But when you have already, head to toe, suppose you have already completed a journey, another journey starts from the chakras as such will take you from the Kundalini to the Sahasrara. Okay, so therefore, how is it different from the psychology is that here now you are at a stage of readiness to give yourself, you are able to self-control. You are in a zone of self-control. Okay, so you can sit cross-legged, sit in concentration. So that is the eastern part of it. So the west and east we can always blend together. And it's not that this has perfect answer, this is this is the wrong answer, this is not the perfect answer. Everything has its perfect characteristic as long as it is at the right time and is at the right stage. Okay, so therefore it brings in a lot of inner discipline, right? So in one life we could have witnessed and learnt a lot. Okay, and as I told you, through the process of self-realization, a stage comes when you obliterate your earlier self, the anxieties, the concerns, the insecurities or the unsureties, and then you come to a platitude where there's only calmness, there's only tranquility. You're not worried. Okay, whatever happens will be accepted. But till then you have to follow your duty, whether you are at home or in the hospital or you are in a school or a college or you are in an office. You have to carry on with your duties. You cannot leave your duties, okay? But those duties are being fulfilled now with a greater intent and a greater meaning. Okay, so all this, so when we dissolve our earlier self, of, say, for example, egocentric behavior. And now we go into a superego type of a behavior where you are not pinpointing faults in anybody. Okay, and you do not say, only I am right. No, you are going to understand from their perspective, from their point of view also, and wherever it is possible, you strategize or you maneuver your way in such a way that eventually you are always in bliss or in tranquility. Okay, so that is what we have to understand, and then we create opportunities for ourselves. We don't have to wait for others to create. Now, I needed an opportunity to express. I needed an opportunity to put forth the musical knowledge, and I did it. Okay. Now, how many? I'm not going to look at how many ticks I'm getting, how many, stars, or how much of applause, or how many, people are appreciating, because everybody is conditioned to a particular way of behavior. So that is not the important. That is not important. What is relevant is the process by which your personality evolved. And there I truly thank my Guru. So this last rendition would be a offering to the Gurus themselves. So it is the process that the Guru puts a disciple to and leads to salvation. So marking a new beginning. Okay. So thus our respectful obeisance is always we need to pay to the Guru. Then all compositions become eternal as they were immortalized by divine souls. So nothing goes waste, right? All the compositions. Maybe today I'm finding interest in, what Chokhamela has written, or what Namdev has written, or Tulsidas has written, later on something else might interest, but the children of today might take interest in this at a later stage. So one has to give them that time and space also. So no force feeding and saying that, and there is no marks of comparison as such. So therefore it's an thanksgiving to all the maestros, all the gurus, all the stalwarts, and the journey of 10 years has been so meaningful and joyful. I cannot thank the God more than anything, because inspiration comes from the Lord above. The thought that I needed to learn music, which I learned long back in my childhood, right from we would sit on the college steps and sing many a film song also. Vocal cords I know. I can put it to more practice. So in that sense, the omnipotent, I thank wholeheartedly. And of course, the inspiration for me to be novel, to be experimental, to be experiential, to bring in a lot of possibilities, to research, to refer. I compiled a book also, and then I've read so much of literature that that gives a confidence, instills the confidence in the pupil or the student or the disciple. Correct? So one needs to be humble. Above all this, if anything comes with us, is our humility, our endeavors, our sincere endeavors, and the joy that we have created in people. Attitudes are different. If somebody has an attitude, why should I listen to her singing? That's a different thing. That's a different issue at all. We do not compel them or force them. But why do you need people to even listen? You yourself are self-evaluating. I record it, I put it up, you listen to it through the speaker, how the sound system is, whether I am following the rhythm. All this is self-evaluation to make me a better and better person. So yes, does music make you so much better? We have many other better things to do. Some of them may retort back like that. But for a person who is a sincere person, or who is of simplistic in nature, and who understands that this is the stage of life where I need to dwell into something more meaningful, for that person, all these exercises are never a waste. They're always, have contributed to the emerging personality. Yeah. So I would like to end it with symphony, like an orchestra. Blend the good tenets from whichever east or west, and don't have to demarcate strict demarcations. There are many Westerners who are coming here and learning. There are many Easterners who go there and learn. So every aspect gives us a beautiful aspect of life to be nurtured and to be cherished, and to bring about a positive influence on our being. Okay? All right. Because eventually, as humans, the path to self-realization helps us be a good human being, and a good human being influences so many other human beings. If even a wee bit, a fraction of it, we have succeeded, I think we've achieved our goals. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I spoke, but because I thought I didn't want to go on uploading the videos. It will become monotonous. So I think fair enough with all the ragas and all the renditions, if this becomes one of the grand finale. Thank you. Sanrag Bhupali set to Teen Tal. Yeah, before actually I start this bhajan, how can you forget your own children? So my daughter, my son Madhavi, Anand, my son-in-law Dr. Junaid, and my granddaughter Saif Sunaina, thank you so much for your gentle prodding as well as subtle encouragement. They are not on the scene, but from behind the scenes, they're always, inspiring me. Thank you so much. Oh Lord. Guru ke charanan ki raj leke do nanan ke beech anjan diya. Guru ke charanan helps us perceive, okay, beyond the mundane and helps us see something much farther away so that we bring in a change in ourselves for the better. So every song has a lesson that helps us evolve, okay, and understand our own environment. Okay, obviously the one who is in grihastha or is in brahmacharya may not need, like collegiate education and studies may not need all this, but certainly when you come to you can say postmenopausal, you can say early retirement or retired stage of life, where there isn't that rush, mad rush, 8 to 5 running, from pillar to post to prove yourself and to prove your worth. But now it's a time for you are externally interacting with the environment. Now internally you interact with your environment. Okay? So when he says that God himself, now Yari is the poet, and God himself is looked as the beloved. When you look at an idol, when you keep going to that temple, what is it? That again you're revering the idol in the form of a beloved, because you adore that idol so much. Similarly here, through this song, through the pathways that the Guru has led you, you're able to perceive the supreme power, the supreme force, whom you adore so much. Okay. Adoration, another word for adoration is the faith, that you've developed so much of faith and with so much of feeling that you're able to do all your tasks in a meaningful way. Yeah, I think with this, thank you to all, because I had earlier in one of the episodes I had enumerated all the gurus I had listened to. So, I'll continue to do so, and I will continue to sing and practice some, because there are innumerable songs that are available in books as well as through your own guru's teachings. Thank you so much. Wish you all the very, very best. And last but not the least, thank you to each subscriber of mine. Thank you. Without your subscription or encouragement, I don't think I would have had the motivation to put every week, okay, a song. That's it. Thank you.